market ready to sell or to be used is called as finished product. Okay. And what is a semi-finished? The semi-finished product is, if you see here, there is a small assembly. Okay, this is not full cycle, right? There is no seat, the handle is not full, and there is no carrier, and the wheels are not there. Here it's just there is no chain. So it is all kind of, small sub-assemblies attached together and was made as a structure, correct? So this is a structure where few of the components were assembled together, but it is not fully market ready, right? And we need to fix some other parts to it to make it as market ready to be sold to the customers. So these are called as semi-finished materials. You got it?
Yes, got it. Nothing but it is a skeleton, right?
It is a skeleton, and I mean, when you consider a finished product, right, there can be multiple skeletons because it's a small example. You have a cycle skeleton, but let's take an example like a transformer, turbine, right? So they will have multiple skeletons, and combined together will form a finished finished product. Okay, like
Got it.
etc. Yeah, and the bottom ones are the raw materials. Okay. So usually what companies will do, 99% or 100% of the factories will procure these raw materials from their vendors, from the outside stores. And they used to make it as a semi-finished. And after once they get the order or once the order is ready for shipment, they make it as a finished product and sell it to the customers. Okay, so if you look at the raw materials, there is some iron bars, right? There are wheels and the gear assembly or the chain shaft stuff. So this is clear, right? And let's do a small exercise here. Let's call this as cycle. Okay, we know, I mean, this is very high level, right? So let's take an example. I will just give you an example also, okay? What can be a handle? How we can define handle as a semi-finished? Okay, we can define handle also as a semi-finished because handle will need two rubber grips, okay, a horn, brakes, brake cables, and a light if available, if applicable, right? So
Bell also there.
Bell, yeah, horn, bell, yeah, both are same. Okay, so these are all raw materials, and the blue one is semi-finished. Okay, like this, I would like to understand if there is a tire. If we wanted to create a tire as a semi-finished, what can be the raw materials for this? Can somebody tell? Anybody can answer. Anything is okay.
Tube, walnut, some kind of watches.
Yeah.
There is a nut is there. There is a walnut is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the spokes also, right?
yeah.
Spokes also. So similarly, yeah. Yeah. Similarly, let's say that we need a chain assembly as a semi-finished. Okay. Maybe there will be one or two raw materials only. But can somebody tell me what can be the raw materials for chain assembly? So this is chain assembly, right? So what can be the
Bearing. Pocket.
okay? Sorry?
Chain sprocket.
Chain sprocket. Yeah.
Javil.
I don't know what is that, but yeah. And Javel.
Javil. Jaw.
Oh, jaw will. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So, so ideally, what we do is we take a small subassembly, and under that, whatever are the raw materials. So, what factories will do in general? Okay, I'll tell you. They will not have the ready-made, handle somebody selling to the factories. Okay, so they will have just a rod. Maybe I missed to handle rod, right? Main thing. So they will procure all these items from outside. Okay, they will procure these rods from some steel companies, lights from some companies like Wipro, etc. Brakes from some brake element companies, and horn grips. Everything are from different sources. They don't buy it at same place. Okay, once they get them into their premises, into their factory, they will assemble them and they will make it as a semi-finished product. That's how it works in the factory. If anybody has already visited any factories, right, you might know that they will buy everything as loose products and they assemble it at one place and they make it as semi-finished product. Similarly, they will have tire, chain assembly, and many more products, right? Yeah. Now, how can we make a cycle? Okay. So my cycle is a finished product. Okay. And can somebody tell me what all are required to make the cycle? And tell me whether it is a semi-finished or product name, and whether it is what is the material type. Is it a semi-finished or is it a raw material? Okay. For example, first one I will take as an example. This is a semi-finished, right? I will put it here. This is semi-finished. Okay. Now, similarly, can somebody tell me what other products are required to make a cycle, and tell me what is the material type of that? Yeah, tell me what is the tire? Is it a semi-finished? It's a raw material, is it? Okay. Okay, and next,
Seat.
and next, seat is a
Raw material.
okay, and next, anything else? Or do you think that anything else is required? We wrote here, right? Chain assembly also. So this also can be a semi-finished. So tires can be raw materials if they're procuring from outside. If they just procure this tube washers and other stuff, and if they make inside their factory, that can be called as semi-finished. Okay, so that depends on the nature of the company and the facilities what they have in their company. If they have machinery to make the tires as well, then they make the tires there only. If they don't have the facility, then they buy it from some vendors like MRF, Seat, Apollo, etc. Okay, and anything else? Anybody who have not answered anything? Just
There is a
think of
stand in backside.
stand.
Backside stand. That is also semi-finished, I guess. It's raw material, I guess.
Raw material, right? Because they usually. Yeah. And anything else? There are a lot of accessories actually.
Chassis
Even
frame.
sorry, chassis,
Chassis
chassis,
frame. Semi-finished.
chassis. You're talking about this one?
Yes, yes. Which is made with iron on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
And think about small accessories also, which you can add like
Bottle holders,
yeah,
Ring, bell.
yeah,
raw material.
bell. Okay.
Nuts
And
and bolts also raw material, right?
nuts and bolts. I'll tell you, there is a concept. Okay. Usually these
Yeah.
are not counted, right? So we call
Okay.
them as bulk materials. So
Okay.
which they use as per, these are actually not in the BOM, like not exactly written in the BOM that I need 10 screws or 20 bolts, because these are less cost and they use it as and when required. So they don't go to the store and get it. They just get 1 or 2 tubs of these nuts and they use whatever is required in the shop floor. Ideally, this is the ideal conditions. Okay, so what, like grease, okay, grease, okay, or some oils. All these are bulk materials because these are used as and when required, but these are not really too heavy, expensive items, correct? And some cotton at, to clean, right? Bulk materials. All these are called as bulk materials. So these are not costed ideally in when they are selling in the uh, selling to the customer, right? They don't show them as a expenses. It will be covered as a bulk materials, right? And anybody want to add anything, or are we good here? So, okay, now, so cycle is a finished product, yeah, and the blue ones are semi-finished, and these white color ones are the raw materials, correct? So this is the structure. Now to build this structure, how do we do it? Let's do it here, okay? Cycle. Let's take a smaller example, okay? So we have handle assembly, which is a semi-finished, and here we have chain assembly. We'll copy this and put it here. Okay. And we'll take something else as, let's say, this tires also, we are making it here, okay? Just for understanding purpose. So tire assembly. Okay, so these three are semi-finished and this is the finished good. Now under this you again have raw materials, correct? So handle assembly will have, we wrote something here on this. Okay, and tire assembly will contain this. And the chain assembly will contain this, right? So this structure is called as, so this structure is called as your can somebody tell me what is this called as? We had a terminology for this, right? Can somebody tell me what is
Bill
BOM?
of materials.
Right? Yeah. So this is bill of materials. So all these will, I mean, using all this, we can create a cycle, right? So this is all called as bill of materials. Okay. Until here, are you all clear? Or you want me to explain again?
Yes, cleared.
Yes,
Okay.
clear.
Yes.
Great. Okay. So, Subha, I want actually help. We want this Excel sheet to be carried forward daily, so I can use the same Excel sheet. Just see if there is a way, okay? Or if I need to upload it somewhere, just see.
I'll plan. Okay.
Yeah,
We'll discuss on this one.
sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is about the BOM, okay? Now let's go to the so I had a bike also. So just to illustrate, right, I just taken a screenshot. So if this is the bike, there are a lot of raw materials and semi-finished. Let's actually have a small brainstorming session of we will read one by one. Okay, like for example, first one is hand clutch. Somebody say me what is hand clutch? What is number one? Is it a raw material or a semi-finished material? Can
It's a raw
somebody tell
material.
me? Raw material. Can you tell me why?
There is uh, there is no add-ons for that particular item.
Yeah, ideally they need not do anything on that. It's just a, some small parts they will just fit and they will use it, right? So hand clutch itself is a small part which they procure outside. So that's why we call it
It's
as
kind of plug and play.
plug and play. You're right. Yeah, they buy it and fix it. So that's why it is the raw material. And ignition switch, can somebody tell me?
Raw material, it depends, because if we add on all the ignitions, the
Hmm.
wire which ignites then it becomes a semi-finished. But
Right.
just that switch, it can be a raw material.
Just a switch can be raw material. You're right. And if they want to make a switch itself, it can be semi-finished. You're absolutely right. And instrument display.
Semi-finished.
Okay, what can be the raw materials in the instrument display?
Odometer, fuel meter,
Hmm.
all the components.
You're right. So instrument display will have odometer, which is separate meter, and then you said fuel gauge, right? Fuel gauge, which is a separate one, and then they have some other meters if they or a small clock, for example, right? So these three are different meters assembled together, and they were made as instrument display, right? So this cluster is called as a instrument display. So this can be a semi-finished for them if they are making in-house, right? So that's a good thought. And then frame. So fourth one is frame. You can see here.
Raw
This
material.
is frame. Yeah, this is the raw material. Okay. Next, 5 front fork. These forks.
Raw material.
Raw material.
Okay. 6
Front brakes.
Raw material.
Raw material.
okay. 7
Wheels and tires also. Semi-finished.
okay. It can be semi-finished or
It can be raw
raw
material.
material. Depends on
Yes.
how the factory is making it.
Yes.
Correct. Now we understood the concept, right? It
Yes.
can be a raw material or the semi-finished. If the factory has that machinery, okay, which facilitates to basically insert this what wheel and a tire. I mean the tire inside the wheel or assemble it, then it can be semi-finished. If they don't have that facility at all, then they buy all together as a single raw material from the vendor. Correct. So that's good. And then 8
Raw material.
Raw material.
8 is food shifter, yeah, raw material. 9
Transmission.
It's a raw semi-finished.
Semi-finished.
yeah. So
Yeah.
transmission has a lot of things to do. So there are a lot of raw materials combined together to make the transmission, right? So the gear system will be a semi-finished. Yeah. Next, number 10. I think
Engine.
it's
It's a
easy.
semi-finished.
Semi.
Semi-finished. Yeah. And 11.
Raw material.
Raw material.
Okay. 12.
Semi-finished.
Suspension can be semi-finished, can be raw material. Reason I'll tell you. So what they do is basically if they have suspension, right? So they just have the rods, okay? And when they are procuring, they just, I mean, when you see on the bikes, you know that whenever there is a pothole or something, there is a bump. So your suspension will be having the elasticity nature, right? So it will just make you feel comfortable. It will just make your bump smoother, correct? And how they were able to achieve that is basically the companies or the factories will procure that as a rods only, single rod, and they turn it with the help of some machinery inside their factories, and they heat it and process it through some mechanism where they add the properties of the elasticity, so it will become like a suspension, or it will take your bump smoothly. So ideally it can be semi-finished also, because there are a lot of things that are made on that particular rods, and they will add a lot of other properties also using some chemicals, so that will be processed item. Okay, so suspension, if they are buying it directly from outside, it can be raw material. Usually companies, they make it inside. So it can be, if they are doing that, it can be a semi-finished. Agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Except Dilip and other than Dilip and Anita, anybody has any questions? Okay. And 13, 14, 15, other than
Name
like
bricks,
and
raw
Anita.
material, and
Okay.
sheet also raw material. Fuel tank also semi-furnished. Sorry,
Fuel
finished.
tank can be, yeah.
Semi-finished.
One on the same, both like raw material and semi-finished
Can be, yeah.
fuel
So
tank.
it depends on how they want to make it.
Yep.
Okay. So I think I believe now you all got it right. What is the raw material? What is finished good? What is semi-finished? And in between there will be a lot of nuts and bolts, correct? So what are those?
Bulk material.
Bulk.
Those are all bulk materials, correct? Because they put oil, grease, they use cotton to clean every time whenever they make, some greasing work. All these are bulk materials which they use, and they do not want to count them in the BOM. Okay. So this is all about the bill of materials. Okay. Now, yeah, sorry. So now what we understand is we are saying that everything is raw material, finished material, and bulk materials, right? So finally we are understanding that these are all called as materials, correct? We are calling everything as materials, correct? And if we combine everything together, we call it as bill of material. Yeah. And once we have these parts from the bill of material in the shop floor, now again I'll go back to the shop floor, okay? Now this is your factory. This is called as, let's say, Hero Cycles in Hyderabad. Okay. Where is your factory? It is in Hyderabad, correct? So in the org structure, your first level is your plant. Okay. And in SAP, what we will do is we will put plant as 4 codes. Okay, 4-letter code. So everything will have a code. Okay, materials will have a code, and the plant will have a code. So let's call this factory as a plant, and let's assume that this factory code is HYD1.
Arvind, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Just to find out, in semi-finished, finished, we know what exactly. But suppose I don't know the total bike, what are the parts involved in it. Suppose what a few of them I know, so I can understand what are the semi, what are finished. But I don't know the total bike parts.
Structure, no problem.
What,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it will be problem, or is it okay to?
No. So it is just, so ideally what will be there, I'll tell you. When you
Not
go to
only
the
bike.
client,
I don't know bike.
that's what I understood. So when you go to the client, right?
Yeah.
So they first explain their product. That is the first thing what they do.
Okay.
Because obviously when you are working for a chemical industry, you are not a chemical chemist, right? You are not expert.
Yes.
When you're going to a car manufacturer, you are not mechanical engineer or automobile engineer. So nobody will expect you that you will know 100% of the parts or their assembly.
Okay.
Okay, so they will explain you everything in their initial sessions, and it will be very generic actually. If you, I mean, because in the organizations, what will happen is before you get the project, you will know, prior that you are going to work for a bike or some automobile company, right? So you will just go and see the basic stuff. Even in day-to-day life, right? They use a lot of technology. I mean, lot of these jargons, they say some ignition switch or something, right? So which I may not know, but that's fine. I mean, they will just say that this is semi-finished or finished. That's
Yeah.
what means to us, correct? They say I have a ignition switch. Inside that there are 3 raw materials, which is cables, some switch, and something else. Okay, some other diode. Okay, so they will only explain you that these are semi-finished and these are finished goods. So you need not worry about that. Their product is their ownership. Okay, we will just build. So similarly, how I'm explaining you, right? You will explain it to them. You will explain to them, and you will ask, what are your products? You give me, finished, semi-finished, and raw materials. They will segregate and give you, because the guys who work with you, right? They are all product experts.
Okay.
So if you just say this, they already know this terminology. Okay. They already know what is semi-finished, what is finished, everything. What is bill of materials. SAP is using their terminology in SAP system, so that it will be easy for the business user to understand from our standpoint also.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Now this is a plant. Okay. In this plant, as I told, this is org structure. Our plant code is HYD1 because our plant is in Hyderabad. For example, say we have one more plant, okay, which is in Mumbai. So we take another plant. MUM1. This can happen. Will you agree? There can be multiple plants. Do you agree with that? Yeah. Plant in USA also. The same plant, I mean, this same factory can be there in USA also. Correct? For example, Mercedes-Benz, right? They have a factory in Chennai, in India. Also, they have in Japan. Also, they have in USA. So there will be plants across the globe in multiple countries, and even in one single country, they have multiple places. Correct? So what we call is all this together, we call it as company code. Okay, company code is the highest level. Okay, and under the company code, for example, we will give company code as hero, because we are making hero cycles, right? So this is the hero cycle, right? So your company code is hero, and under the company you have 3 plants: USA1, Hyderabad, HYD1, MUN1, right? So now let's go into one single plant, because in every single plant the same thing will. Okay. Until here, any questions? Did you understand what is company code and what are 3 plants?
Just a small doubt, Arun.
Yeah.
Will the company be created first or the company code?
Company code will be created first and then plants. Company code itself is your this thing, right? Your hero.
Okay.
Yeah. So under the company code, you will have these plants. Okay. Above company code also there are organization chart, which is not relevant to PP. Okay. So that will be relevant to FICO usually, finance. So we don't worry about the upper level of hierarchy of this org structure. So our org structure actually starts from plant only. This is just for your information. I'm just helping you understand. Hero Cycles is our company code, and under Hero Cycles, we have 3 plants. Hero Cycle is in 3 places or 3 plants. Okay, plant is nothing but a factory. Okay, and inside the plant, for example, say this is Hyderabad, right? Let's take example of Hyderabad only. Okay. Now inside this Hyderabad, let's say that we are making cycles, right? So what are the raw materials? Can somebody tell me? Tell me.
Tires, seats.
Okay. Tires, seats. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah. So these they will procure from some vendors, right? So tires they will let's assume that they will procure from MRP. Handle from some X company, seats from some Y vendor. Okay. So the places or from the company or from the store from where our manufacturing unit is purchasing these items are called as vendors. Okay, like for example, if you are a customer, okay, if you go to Ratnadeep or some Vijeta or some more supermarket, you are the customer, right? And who is the vendor here? If you are purchasing some pencils, okay, who is the vendor for you?
I mean, material manufacturer.
No. So if you are
Ratnadeep.
buying it, yeah, correct. Because you are buying from Ratnadeep supermarket or any supermarket, correct? Similarly, if Hero Cycles is buying, okay, the material from MRF company directly, then MRF is a vendor for us. And if seats are being, so let's say that seats are purchased are made by Neil Kamal, okay, but the store guy near Hyderabad, okay, somewhere in Hyderabad, there is a store who is like bulk dealer, wholesale dealer. If he is providing you all that seats, okay, then that store is your vendor, not the company who is making the seats. Okay, ideally, what we are saying is whomever this guy, the purchasing team will call and ask that I need some tires or I need some seats or handles, and from whom the company is buying, those they are called as vendors. Okay, are you clear about the vendor concept?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. So once let's say that we need some 1,000 tires and 1,000 seats and 1,000 handles. Okay, because Hero Cycles wanted to make some 100 cycles or 50 cycles. Okay, now they have to procure all this, correct? They will get it. Okay, once they get it, what they will do, they will put it somewhere in the factory, correct? They will have to store them somewhere. Okay, so they store in some places. So this place is called as storage location. Let's say that general storage location 1. Okay, and they may have similar multiple storage location. Okay, general storage location 2, general storage location 3. Okay, can somebody tell me why they can have multiple storage locations? What can be the reason inside this?
Just so that they can acquire bulk quantities and also store different raw materials in different storage locations.
Yeah. So
Different-
ideally, yeah. Yeah, go ahead, please.
I mean different. I mean bulk where some stores are few of them and some of them are more quantity.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, see, there can be multiple things, right? They may need some oil also, right? So oil, they may need special containers or drums, okay? Or sometimes for some of the parts they need refrigeration, right? So there can be many things. So to accommodate, and sometimes this storage location is too small and they wanted, multiple storage location to have all these items. There can be many reasons. Okay. Like some parts need refrigeration. Okay. Like cold storage. Okay. Some maybe the store size is small, right? Maybe the store size is small and these are not enough here. If they have got 1,000 tires and if the capacity is only 500 tires here, they may have to shift to the next storage location, correct? Even in your home, just think about your home, okay? You got you you went to a supermarket or general store. You bought too many items, and when you go and see in the kitchen, your items are full. Okay, you put some of the items in the kitchen, and your items are full. Then what you will do? You'll go to the bedroom, take some general stuff, and put it in those cupboards. Correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Are you able to relate what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
Yes.
Similarly, even in the company also, there is a room. Okay. When I say storage location, it is nothing but a room, correct? Bigger hall. And they put all the tire seats, they store it. And if the room size is not enough to accommodate all this, they will put it in the next room. Or if for example in pharma or in dairy industry, they may need to refrigerate some things, right? Like some vaccines or something. If we are working for a pharma company, then all those vaccines will be refrigerated in the cold storage. So for that they will have cold storage locations separately and general storage locations separately, like that. Okay, so for the need of that particular product, they will have different storage locations inside the factory. Okay. And are you clear about what is storage location?
Yes.
Okay. And are you clear about the plant?
Yes.
Plant is a place where they store all the raw materials. They produce the finished goods or semi-finished goods, and they make they do the quality checks there. Okay. So quality, we will look at it later. I don't want to confuse you. So once we get into PP, once you get hold of PP, then automatically you'll understand why we need quality there. Okay. So this is how the org structure works. And after this, okay, we have tires, we have seats, we have handles. Now what the supervisor must do? Okay, I will just write. Sorry. It's only then tires. Okay. Now let's talk about something called as work center. Okay. Let me explain you what is work center. So you have work center is nothing but a machinery. Okay. Machines or people or one person. Okay. Or group of machines. So when you have tires, right? When you have tires, what will they do? Tire, seat, handle, and main assembly. Everything they have ready. Okay. Then they have to fix somewhere, correct? On the shop floor, they have all the raw materials and semi-finished items. Now they have to fix somewhere. They have to fit everything, assemble it, and they have to make the cycle, correct? Did you understand are you following? Yeah. So now to assemble all those parts, they will have separate sections. Okay. some group of people or machines will be used. Like, for example, the first part will be, they will take all the rods, handle, etc., and they make it and they fix it up to this level. Okay, let's say that maybe let's take this level. This is main assembly. Okay, they don't have, let's say that they don't fix the types, only this one they have made it, and that will be happening in the main assembly. Okay, after that, that will be given to the next group of people. So this is work center 1. Work center can be people or machinery, where they do some work on that part. Okay, here, just to fix this, they don't want machines, so group of people or one person will fix this, okay, in the main assembly and give it to the next work center. I will take shortcut as WC, work center 2. Here also group of people will assemble the tires to the main assembly. So here the main assembly is done. For example, this one. Okay. I don't know if I can draw on this or not. But ideally, this one is the main assembly. Let's assume that, okay. They have welded and done some settings and made this structure. Now this and this given to this guys next work center, and they fix the tires to that assembly. Okay. And give it to the next one. Okay, oil grease and final assembly. Okay. Now what they do here, this and this, they will give it to the final assembly section, and they will fix everything and make it as cycle. Okay, I'll put it here. Maybe that will be easy to understand. Okay, you got my point. So first this and this.
Sorry for the interruption. Just use snip tool otherwise.
Sorry.
Use snip tool otherwise. Parts of like one is main assembly, ties and fixture. Yeah. Use a snipping tool, then only we have to.
Okay, okay. You I
Yeah.
understood what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So what I was trying to say is, so this is main assembly. Okay, let's say that this is main assembly. Okay, which they have produced here. Okay, I will just highlight in some dark colors. Main assembly, they did this. Okay, everybody clear on this?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Now, in the second work center is a group of people or machines or something, okay, where they do some work and make the product ready to give it to the next section. Okay, now in the next section, so what happened? This is given to the next section. Okay, these guys, WC2. Okay, and these they have got it from the store. They will take this and make it in this way. Okay, so tire assembly and the main assembly got assembled. Yeah, any questions? What happens in WC2 or work center 2? Okay, so now tire is also fixed, right? Now these two work centers task is done now. Now what will happen? They will make the final assembly and put oil, grease, whatever is required, right? So they give this to work center 3, WC3, and they get the chain, whatever they need, okay, all those stuff, and they assemble it to make the final product. This is finished goods. Okay, so work center 3 is the final work center. 2 build the product. Okay. Here your product is ready. Okay, you understood what is the function of the work center or the concept of the work center? Any questions regarding this?
Fine.
No.
You are good, right? So good. So what we are going to do tomorrow, okay, is basically now we understood what product we want to make, what is our client, correct? So we create some materials in the system, okay? Because we have spoken all this stuff, right? That we have, raw materials, correct? Raw materials, finished product, semi-finished product. These will all fall into materials. And once we get all the materials, we create the BOM, correct? Bill of materials. And once we have the bill of materials, we create the work centers. Work center meaning where they do some work, right? So all this stuff tomorrow, what we will do, we will create in the system, in the SAP tool. I will show you the SAP system and I will show you how to create the material, what parameters we give to the material so that anybody who looks at the material master data will understand the nature of that product. Yeah, like it is a finished good or semi-finished or it is a bulk or whether it is like whatever is this thing, right? If it is a dangerous good or anything, in what unit of measure they measure. So because we have 10 minutes time, I would like to help you understand what is unit of measure also, which is a very important thing, right? So until here, any questions? If we are good, I will give you an example, okay? Cycle, I will tell what is the unit of measure for this. Okay, so I wanted the unit of measures, okay? What is the unit of measure? Basically, the unit which we used to explain a quantity, right, of a particular product is called as unit. Okay. For example, if you go to a supermarket and if you want some fruits, okay, let's say oranges, what will you do? What will you ask? You take I mean, how you will ask them how much you need.
Yeah, first one. And the quality of the product actually.
Yeah, quantity of the product, right? So quantity plus unit of measure you will tell. So unit of measure is basically kgs, grams, okay, tons, metric tons, etc. Ideally, if you wanted some oranges, right? I'll just write an example here. Oranges, which is fruit, you will say kg or ton, example, right? Similarly, if you want some Coke, okay, Coke, then what will you say?
Liters.
Liters or ml, whatever, yeah. So all this will come into same, yeah, milliliters. Liters are basically same thing. It's just the conversion factor, correct? So, for example, cycle, right? This you may not know. So because it's each single one, right? So we call it as each. Okay, in general terminology. Can somebody tell me what is for milk?
Liters.
Or milliliters, whatever it is. Rod length,
Feet,
mm,
or feet.
feet, mm, cm, inches, etc. Correct?
Yes.
Many unit of measures. And glasses. So if there are like 10 glasses in the store, you want to buy 5. So what will be the unit of measure for this?
Number of classes
Yeah, number of items are called as each.
each.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is actually standard across all the industries. Okay. Now, water in the tank. Mm,
Liters capacity.
yeah. Engine of a car.
Each.
Made in
I think CC, right?
manufacturing.
Cubic
Yes.
centimeter. CC, cubic centimeter. And can you only give me some example and tell me what is the unit of measure? Anybody can tell me.
Say for example, house feet of the yes. How many feet?
Power.
Size of the house, right? Of the flat, example.
Yes.
Yeah, it is in square feet. Okay, somebody told power, right?
Power of Indian.
Power of engine.
Yeah.
Okay,
RPM.
RPM.
Horsepower.
Okay. Okay. And then anything, anybody can tell simple things. I mean, you can look around you, you will see lights, doors, water bottles, anything, right? You can tell me whatever you
Time.
see.
Time.
Right, perfect. In
Hours. Minutes. Seconds.
so what we understood is a single product can have multiple unit of measures, and all these unit of measures can be convertible. Liters into milliliters, milliliters into, again, whatever it is, right? So it can be convertible, right? So dimensional and non-dimensional, maybe we'll take it further later. But ideally, you understood this, right? This is basic science. It is not something new. Only thing is we just need to refresh our, this subject. But ideally, these are unit of measures, okay? And what is the quantity? For example, if you are buying a cycle in the shop, okay, I need one cycle or two cycles, you say. Similarly, if you go to a shop and ask milk packets, what can be the quantity? Somebody tell me.
1 liter, half liter.
1 liter, yeah, or half liter, whatever it is. Similarly, rod 30 centimeters, inches, right? So this is the quantity. The number what you are telling them is the quantity, and in which dimension you are telling them is the unit of measure. Okay, so this is called as unit of measure. Hope you all understood, right? Yeah. And when we go to the bomb, okay, let's correlate what is this, how is this unit of measure, linked to our thing. So to make this cycle, okay, we are telling handle is semi-finished. Now tell me quantity and unit of measure, how many we need. We are making a bill of material, okay, to make a cycle. So tell me, for this cycle, you wrote this is a handle, correct? What is this semi-finished? How many we want? To make one cycle, we need one quantity.
One
Unit of
each.
measure can be
Each.
EA, each,
Each.
right? And the tires,
Two.
two,
Yes.
unit of measure, EA.
Each.
Seat,
1.
One.
again EA.
Yes.
Chain assembly,
1.
1 unit.
1 unit. Stand,
1.
okay. Unit of measure can be each, right? Chassis,
1. 1.
bottle holder,
1.
bell also one. Now nuts and bolts, just tell bulk. So let's say we need 90, okay? And what can be the unit of measure?
Each.
Kgs.
Okay. And this one, grease, oil.
Grease. Bottle.
Yeah. Tell me in maybe 50 ml, right? Similarly, cotton,
20 grams.
20 GMS. Now you understood the correlation, right? What is the unit of measure and what is a bomb? How do we make the bomb for including everything, right? Including all these items, how we make a bomb. Correct? Okay. Yeah. I think let's stop here. This will be too much if we go ahead, go further. So tomorrow what we will do, we will do all this stuff. We will create this master data. I'll explain what is master data, transactional data tomorrow. Okay. So these are all called as master data. So this master data we will create in the system from tomorrow onwards. Right. And I think if you need system access, Subha, you will be able to help, right? How we will get the system access for this. Hello, Subha, are you there?
Yeah, I think he's away.
Okay, no problem. So ideally what I'm saying is, I will explain how to create this in system tomorrow. And my RG is basically, if you have recording access, right, you ask Subha to get the recording access. Go just follow the same steps, okay, how I created. And you create your own, like if we create cycle here, you create on your own product like car, somebody create laptop of your choice. If you feel difficult, then you create the same thing what I'm creating. But I would say if you do whatever I'm doing here, right? So it is taking 1 hour for me, correct? So it will take, if you just do whatever I say in the SAP system, it will take 1 hour or maybe maximum of 1.5 hours for you also, if you follow the video recording and do it. Yeah, that way you will not lose that flow. Okay, that's my request, and it will be very easy for you to understand in the future sessions also. Okay. Yeah, let me see if Subha is there. I am not sure. You all got the access already or to the systems? I think you gave me, I checked it was working.
No, we did not get it.
Let me see.
Sorry, I'm not getting your point, Arvind. Come again.
No, so did you all have the, I don't know if he has given the system access to you, SAP system access.
No, no.
No,
This
okay.
is my first class, right? So I'm
Is
not.
it the lab? Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Fine. So
The
maybe
video.
you just connect with Subha. Hey, hi Subha.
Yeah, I'm back here.
Subha, what I was asking is from tomorrow,
Mhm.
I will be starting the creation of master data in the system. Okay.
Okay.
So my request is that everybody, like once we create something in the system, my request is that if spend some time on the recording and
Okay.
create the same kind of structure in SAP, so they will also be following me and they will not lose that flow in
Yeah.
practical sessions also, right? With the practical knowledge also they will not lose. So I was just asking if they need the system access. Can you please help?
We'll make it ready.
Okay.
Yeah, by tomorrow, EOD, we'll try to make it.
Okay. So I think they will follow up with you. Just help them to create that system ID and give it.
Sure.
Okay. Subha, I think I am done for the today. Anybody has any questions before we wind up?
Actually, yeah, from the last session,
Uh-huh.
I don't remember the name actually, but someone asked you what if you need to change the front and back camera to a 360-degree camera, and you said they'll
Okay.
just replace it. So what if like some 40% of
Replace
the
meaning,
production?
okay, replace meaning they have to replace in the BOM, okay. And if the 40% of the production is already done, then what they need to do is they have to change it in the production order because they cannot read the full master data again, right? They should not do it because if you know the order also, right? So the order will go to the created status. So that will not work. In that case, they will have to remove that part, okay, or make the part quantity as 0 in the production order BOM. Okay. So even in the production order, every production order will have a BOM. Okay. So if they are producing something, they will have an order number. Okay. With reference to which they are making a product or manufacturing a product. Okay. For example, they have order. The shop floor will guys have order of 20 quantity in the production order, right? So that 20 cycles they will make on the floor. So during that time, let's say that your product is car and you are asking that there is a change in the bill of material of particular customer only, or for that particular order only. In that case, what they will do is they will go to that production orders. Okay, if it is single or multiple, they'll go to that production orders, and they remove or make the quantity as 0 for the older camera. Okay, and they will add the new camera in the production order BOM and the carrier. They go, I mean, they issue the 360-degree camera to that production order, and if that old camera is already installed, so there is a way to dismantle that particular installed camera, so that they will perform in the system. Okay, and if that 360-degree camera has to be updated to all the production orders, then they will directly update in the BOM also.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so there are two BOMs, okay, material BOM. So there are many BOMs ideally. So what we are seeing today is material BOM. There will be a production order BOM also, which we will see in future. So that I think we will see it in the future only. So this is called as material BOM for your understanding. There are many BOMs, sales BOMs, super BOM, etc. But what we are dealing with here is materials BOM, material BOM. Okay. Once you see the production order, you will understand it, exactly what we do, if that scenario is there. Okay, any further questions?
Arvind, one doubt.
Yeah.
Workstation, can we call workstation as a assembly line?
Yeah, so assembly line also you can call it as production line. Ideally, it is work center. Work center can be so work center, and there will be something called as work center type, where you will define whether it is a group of people or a production line, or if you want to specifically mention as assembly line, you can create this also in the configuration. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Or a machine, group of machines, like that. Where a task is being handled, right? That is that area, or that machines are called as work centers. And Subha, somehow we need to store this Excel sheet. So tomorrow, daily we can use the same sheet.
Yeah, sure. I'll do some alternate for this.
Yeah.
We'll replace same one.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, no, thank you.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we don't have
Subha.
any questions. So yeah, we're good to end up.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, Arvind.
Thank you.